and welcome to this June guys, TBR video. It's bloody June. We're halfway through the year. Well, nearly halfway through the year. It is a lovely rainy day outside. Oh, gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. So here we go with the TBR. And during June, halfway through June, I am going to be going to Europe, so maybe some more summery reads are in order. A standalone. Okay, that's perfect. I do say so myself. What do I want to read? What do I want to read? Well, I do think I will finally, probably be reading The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo when I go to Europe. And I'm really looking forward to this. So that. There's also Hamnet. Okay, so I reckon these. Or let's all ignore the pajama pants, shall we? Honestly, I think I'm gonna go for this one. Reclusive Hollywood movie icon Evelyn Hugo is finally ready to tell the truth about her glamorous and scandalous life. But when she chooses unknown magazine reporter Monique Grant for the job, no one is more astounded than Monique herself. Why her? Why now? Summoned to Evelyn's luxurious apartment, Monique listens in fascination as the actress tells her story. From making her way to Los Angeles in the 1950s to her decision to leave show business in the 80s, and of course the seven husbands along the way. Evelyn unspools a tale of ruthless ambition, unexpected friendship, and a great forbidden love. Monique begins to feel a very real connection to the legendary star, but as Evelyn's story nears its conclusion, it becomes clear that her life intersects with Monique's own in tragic and irreversible ways. It's finally time. I'm going to be reading this in June. I will do it. High expectations because everyone says this is a 5-star read for everyone. So this will also be my first Taylor Jenkins read. So if I like this, I will be continuing to read her books. Am I very late to this game? Yes, but I'm not that much of a literary fiction reader. I'm a fantasy reader, so it makes sense that I am a bit behind in the popular literary fiction books, if you will. I'm finally gonna get to this, guys. Oh. From an author I haven't read before. Okay, let's see. Read, haven't read, haven't read, read, haven't read, 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 haven't read, haven't read, haven't read, haven't read, read, haven't read, haven't read, haven't read. Okay. Not gonna lie. Is this finally the month I get to all the books? All like the popular literary fiction / romances. Will I be getting to these very popular authors this month? I think that that's very high on the possibility list. Am I finally gonna read Emily Henry? It looks like yes, I will finally be reading Emily Henry this month. January is a hopeless romantic who narrates her life like she's the lead in a blockbuster movie. Gus is a serious literary type who thinks true love is a fairy tale. But January and Gus have more in common than you'd think. They're both broke, they have crippling writer's block, and they need to write bestsellers before summer's end. The result? A bet to swap genres and see who gets published first. The risk? In telling each other's stories, their worlds might be changed entirely. Will I finally read Emily Henry and Taylor Jenkins read this month? Yes. How highly possible. Highly possible. Wow, that was quick. Okay. Honestly, I had been saving those two for when I go to Europe, so free pick. Oh my goodness. Okay, bet. Okay. Not gonna lie, The Raven Scholar has been drawing my eye recently. Honestly, yeah, this is probably what I'm most looking forward to at the moment. And it's also set in summer, so I didn't know whether I wanted to read it right now because that's not really the mood. It's raining outside, it's gloomy, it's kind of cold, so I was thinking of saving this for Europe as well. Me just like putting half my TBR off limits because it's a summer read. Win the throne, destroy an empire, either way, it begins with murder. After 24 years on the throne, it is time for Bersin the Brusque, Emperor of Oran, to bring his reign to an end. In the dizzying heat of midsummer, 7 contenders will compete to replace him. Trained at rival monasteries, each contender is inspired by a sacred animal: fox, raven, tiger, ox, bear, monkey, and hound. An 8th, the dragon proxy, will be revealed once the trials have begun. 8 exceptional warriors, thinkers, strategists, best of the best. Then one of them is murdered. It falls to the brilliant but idiosyncratic Nima Kra to investigate, but as she hunts for a killer, darker forces are gathering. If Nima succeeds, she could win the throne, whether she wants it or not. But if she fails, she will sentence herself to death and set in motion a sequence of events that could doom the Empire. Not gonna lie, I'm very, very so much in the mood for this. Maybe I'll read this before I go on holiday just because it is a chunker and it's gonna take up a lot of room in my suitcase just to get myself in the summer mood, you know? I think that's probably very likely. 3 down in 8 minutes. Oh shit. 4th one. Been on TBR for over a year. Let's get my reading journal. The Housemaid has been for over a year. Thousand Boys Secrets over a year. All my non-fictions over a year. Hamnet over a year. Everything I Know About Love. The Grandest Game. Check and Mate. Deadly Little Scandals. Icebreaker. Before the Coffee Gets Cold. Those are all my over a year books. And I really want to go for Hamnet because this is also set in summer. Me just putting all my summer books on this TBR just so like I can finally read them. But also I do want to read The Housemaid's Secret as well. Hamnet. On a summer's day in 1596, a young girl in Stratford upon Avon takes her bed with a sudden fever. Her twin brother, Hamnet, searches everywhere for help. Why is nobody at home? Their mother, Agnes, is over a mile away in the garden where she grows medicinal herbs. Their father is working in London. Neither parent knows that Hamnet will not survive the week. Hamnet is a novel inspired by the son of a famous playwright. A boy whose life has been all but forgotten, but whose name was given to one of the most celebrated plays ever written. Sounds so good. I read 100 pages of this once upon a time, but then like I stopped enough because I was reading a different series at the time. And that was just like consuming all my attention. So, and then we have The Housemaid's Secret. It's hard to find an employer who doesn't ask too many questions about my past. Okay, I don't think this has any spoilers for the first book. So I think my lucky stars that Douglas Garrick and his wife miraculously give me a job. Cleaning their stunning penthouse with views across the city and preparing fancy meals in their shiny kitchen. I can work here for a while, stay quiet until I get what I want. It's almost perfect. But I still haven't met Miss Garrick or seen the guest bedroom. I'm sure I hear her crying. I notice spots of blood around the neck of her white nightgown when I'm doing the laundry. And one day I can't help but knock on the door. When it gently swings open, what I see inside changes everything. Douglas Garrick has done wrong. He is going to pay. It's simply a question of how far I'm willing to go. I am really in the mood to continue this series. So, The Housemaid's Secret it is. Next one. A fantasy book. Lovely. Okay, so fantasy is all of the bottom shelf. Maybe I could finally start A Darker Shade of Magic. Cal is one of the last travelers, magicians with a rare ability to travel between parallel universes connected by one magical city. There's Grey London, without magic and ruled by the Mad King George III. Red London is Mad King George III from like the Bridgerton spin-off Queen Charlotte. Red London, where magic is revered and where Cal was raised alongside the heir to the Empire. White London, where people fight to control the remaining magic and magic fights back. And once there was a Black London. Oh, it sounds so good. And I really like need to bring this to my attention because whenever I'm picking my next book, I just kind of gloss over this one, even though I know it's going to be so good. So I need to like bring it back to the forefront of my mind. Set in winter, when all I've been trying to seek out is summer books, so there should be a lot of winter ones left, as pretty much like 3 books on this TBR are set in summer. Okay, this winter one I'll read before I leave. Not gonna lie, I do really want to get to Barrel Right, and it's set in Iceland, so that counts as like an eternal winter, doesn't it? In northern Iceland, 1829, Magnus daughter is condemned to death for her part in the brutal murder of 2 men. Good job, Agnes. Good job. Agnes is sent to wait out her final days on the farm of District Officer John Johnson, his wife, and their 2 daughters, horrified to have a convicted murderess in their midst. The family avoids speaking with Agnes. Only Trudy, the young assistant reverend appointed as Agnes's spiritual guardian, is compelled to try to understand her as he attempts to salvage her soul. As the execution draws closer, Agnes's ill-fated tale of longing and betrayal begins to emerge, and with it the family's terrible realization that all is not as they assumed. Based on a true story. Yeah, I really want to read this soon. Okay, that was really quick. That was really, really quick. Okay. This is such a well-balanced TBR for me. It's usually majority fantasy. But here we have 1 romance, 2 fantasy, 1 mystery, and 2 literary fictions. That's so well balanced for me, I must say. This is my June TBR. I hope everyone enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!